Buckle here with Okotoks Volkswagen and Golden West Broadcasting, doing our Discover the Foothills feature in the beautiful town of Longview.
Longview, Alberta is the gateway to the Rocky Mountains. It's a beautiful historic stop along the Cowboy Trail, Highway 22. If you're headed south, it's a great place to stop, with many historic locations like the world-famous Longview Jerky shop, the Twin Cities Hotel and Saloon, and the Little Apple Cafe, to name a few.
So this is Gavina here with the Little Apple Cafe and Bake Shop. She's the owner, and she's going to show us through some of the items on the menu and give us a taste test.
For one, we're on the Cowboy Trail, and we have a number of delicious restaurants in town. For example, the Badlands Butchering, we get our beef for our flatbreads and our ham for our sandwiches, breakfast sandwiches and flatbreads from them. And they, in turn, we make buns for them for all of their sandwiches. So it's kind of like one hand washing the other.
Yeah, perfect. And how long have you guys been in business?
About 4.5 years. We took over from the folks that owned the Longview Steakhouse, the Belmufit family, and they gave me the opportunity, and so I rented the building from them and ran the cafe as my own from then, and it has just continued to get more and more busy, and we're really excited. Some days we feel a little bit overwhelmed, but it's been quite an exceptional journey.
That's awesome.
Actually, this building started out as a schoolhouse, and then it was a church, and then it was a leather shop, right? Saddle shop, and then it was owned by Ian Tyson. And then from Ian Tyson, as I mentioned, the Belmufit family purchased it from Ian Tyson, and they had it for probably about 20 years. And a couple of years ago, we bought the building, and here we stand.
Is there any items that are particularly your favorites or anything?
Well, the cinnamon bun and the butterhorn are rapidly becoming everyone's favorites. I try not to eat them too much because I'm here so often. And our flatbreads here are also very popular. They're a savory filling, and they're made with our in-house naan dough, and we make fillings as well. And I'm not ashamed to say they are delicious.
They look delicious.
They are, absolutely. So this is our classic cinnamon bun, and we do not serve it with the cream cheese frosting, generally speaking, because as you can see, it's pretty goopy.
Yeah.
And this is our butterhorn, and that is vanilla and sugar and butter and love. I mean, they all have love. And then the weekend special, this one happens to be chocolate this weekend. Have fun eating all that.
I will. It sounds like a challenge.
Initially, when I first opened, cinnamon buns far outsold butterbeans, but not anymore. I've had people walk in and say, "Oh, you don't have butterbuns? Never mind, I'll come back tomorrow." What? Oh yeah, right. There's no calories in here.
They're so good.
There's no calories here. Did I mention that?
Oh,
No.
perfect.
Guilt-free.
There we go. There's no guilt here anyway. That's so good. That is the best classic cinnamon bun. That's so good. I can't move here. I can't.
So, what's your verdict? What do you think is your favorite?
The
I've heard
vanilla
that
for
before.
sure.
Butterhorn.
Yeah.
Followed closely by this one. And then closely by the chocolate.
So this coming weekend, we will have peach passion fruit crumble for our specialty spiral bun. So we try and alternate maybe a tangy fruit sort of, and then maybe go something sweeter. Like we've done bananas Foster, and we've done butter tart, and we've done the strawberry rhubarb. We did, to kick off the season, we do, we did this year, the bagel bacon. And we had a contest last year, and that was our winner. So that's enormously popular. People have come in and said, "I've waited for this all year long."
Let's see what these are like.
So, see what they're like.
All right. That's so good.
What was this flavor? So this flavor is our sausage, spinach, and Gouda. So we make our fillings and we make the dough and combine them into what was it called? Little Bundles of Deliciousness.
Thank you.
That
That was
so
amazing.
much. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. All right, now that we're all filled with sweets, it's time to get something savory at the Longview Jerky Shop. Now we are at the Longview Jerky Shop. We have Alex, we have Tom, and we have Callum here. Can you guys tell us a little bit about the jerky shop? How long have you been in business? And
Well, my dad founded the company in 1979, came down here. It's a family-raised company. I like to think we're a nostalgic staple of Alberta. We do over 40 flavors, and my sons, 2 of my 4 children have grown up in the family business and now are helping out.
excellent. And are there any particular favorite flavors? Anything from any of you?
I like the Roughneck. That's my all-time favorite. That's a kind of a hybrid between original and teriyaki with blackstrap molasses, brown sugar, and a touch cayenne pepper. It's sweet and salty, kind of brings out the Roughneck in the well-field area here.
Awesome.
And then mine's probably the honey and garlic. It's a sweeter flavor.
Yeah, but this location here was actually a restaurant at one time. And when my family purchased this building when I was a child in 1978, they converted it to a butcher retail store. And roughly in the early 80s is when they started coming up with the jerky recipes that we've all come known to love. So our website is longviewjerkyshop.com. We are in the local farmers markets, Millerville, Spruce Meadows, and we're in a select handful of retail stores in southern Alberta, which you can also find on our website.
So this is our retail store here. We carry over 42 different flavors of jerky from every single protein you guys can think of here. We've done it, we've tried it. What has made us world famous is our Longview style. So these 10 flavors here is what put us on the map.
Okay.
We've won multiple awards. Our top 5 sellers are the original, teriyaki, pepper, honey and garlic, roughneck. That built the foundation of our company. And of course we've expanded. We do delis, we do pepperoni, gourmet sausage and everything like that. And yeah, let me take you in here and we'll show you how it's made. How we start things off, it's our jerky's made out of your Aya brown roast, which is your typical Sunday roast you see in Sunday dinners there, things like that. We slice it very fine here. We actually put in a marinator with our secret recipe and sauces that we make. It gets marinated and put on a rack like this. From there, it gets racked and gets put into the smokehouse here, where we smoke our jerky. This is actually my favorite one here. This is the roughneck that we're making right now. And right here you can see we're also kind of multitasking here because it is the summertime. This is our tourist attraction. It is go time right now. So we're also making patties right now. Right now we got elk burger going on right now, but we do 7 different flavors of burgers as well that are gourmet burgers. Yeah, and anyways, carrying on from the jerky, that comes out here. It comes out to our cookhouse where I can show you up there. So from here, the jerky gets put into our smokehouse here, which holds about 75 pounds of jerky per batch. Everything is handmade and hand cooked. So it's a tedious process, but you can tell in the quality of our jerky where it comes out of. Nothing's made by machine here. We do minimal on that over here. Yeah, if you guys want to try a piece here, you can. That is our roughneck. So once it gets cooled off, we put it here to cool off, then we de-rack it and put it into tubs, which go up into processing there. And that one is the roughneck, my all-time favorite.
That is really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Now, once the jerky gets de-racked from there, we actually put it near the biro here, which gets cut into thin strips over this biro machine here. And from there, it gets over to here to the cutting block here, where we hand cut it into another tub here to get packaged for jerky. And then from there, we move it onto the scale here, where we have packagers that hand weigh it, hand fluff it, and then it goes to the cryovac where we hand seal it and staple it, and it goes straight to the customer there. It's an old building, so yeah, we just did our best to make everything fit and go from there. But yeah, we'll show you the other building, which is a lot more expansive.
This is our jerky plant. We do a lot of our magic here, a lot of our raw production comes here, and we'll give you a tour of some of the things we do here. You met Callum earlier. He's actually manager here, and Laura is she's our administration manager. So
yeah, this is our raw room here. This is kind of where we do all of our raw meat production. We do pepperoni, we do jerky, are the main things that we do up here, but we also like slice the eye of the round.
So this is what we make our famous Longview jerky out of. We use 100%, as you can see, Alberta beef. And these are eye of the round roast. So this is your typical roast. This is what makes Longview beef jerky so famous. And what these are is your typical roast. If you can imagine a hindquarter cut are coming from these locations, it requires a lot of beef to make the beef jerky that we use. These are boxes of eye of the round roast. So this is all trimmed roast that we will slice, and this is what my son Callum does. You can take it over from there, but I just wanted to show you when we showed you down there what they're racking. That's what this product will end up being.
During the summer, I will slice about 50 batches for a week, and each batch is 75 pounds. We do 50 batches, about 65, 70 boxes. Yeah, and that's every week.
It takes about 13 cows for one batch of jerky.
Yeah, I get 2 eyes per cow.
Around.
Yeah. This is where we cook all our product down here. We load up these big carts, and then it holds 2 of them in there. And yeah, it's a conventional oven, so it's just a computer program. You set it and you can set it and forget it. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, is 450 pounds of our extruded jerky. We can do 375 pounds of like the eye of the round jerky. So we're doing Pioneer up here, which is our more tougher, like kind of rip and tear style of jerky. And then we also do 1,100 pounds of pepperoni. Yeah, even with this big oven with the pepperoni, we still sometimes have troubles keeping up. So yeah, we have 3 different styles of jerky. One style is our Longview style. That was what was down at the shop. It's a saucy, kind of more comparable to like a steak kind of jerky. The Pioneer is a spice-based jerky, and it's cooked at a lower temperature for longer, so it's more of like the traditional kind of rip and tear cowboy jerky. And then we have our extruded, which is ground and then pressed and formed, so it's a lot softer. This is extruded here, so this is that ground and then pressed and formed style. This is elk, eh? Yeah, so this is elk here. You can try some if you'd like.
It's becoming more popular. It is a unique product. It's not readily available, so yeah, there's quite the demand for it.
Moves and then seals it and cuts it up into the package size. So yeah, we kind of backstock all year round, but we don't have a whole lot because we do custom game during the winter. So we get, I believe, on our busier years, we get about 500 animals in that we process and turn into sausage, jerky, pepperoni, all that. Or we do like cuts, burger. People will bring their deer into the shop that we were just at, and then we take it from, like, they'll bring it in with fur on, we'll skin it, we'll cut it, and we'll process it all down at the shop there. They're just paying us to process it, like we don't sell it out of our storefront, we just give it back to them and charge them for the processing and that. One freezer we use for all of our raw meat and all our trim and all that. And then we have our freezers and coolers over here that we use for jerky. And then we have the cooler that had the eyes in it, and then we had that big walk-in cooler that we went through. But yeah, even with that much space, we're still struggling to have room for everything.
It has to do with cost. So when the cost comes down, we want to stock up so that we aren't playing catch up or we aren't flat-footed with a high meat cost. So we want to balance out that meat cost fluctuations. We got into the Okotoks Farmers Market this year, so that's a new avenue for us, and any chance we can apply for a new farmers market, we will. So that is part of our bread and butter there. We have some 4-H beef that we ordered, Tom got at the auction. So support our community along with providing customers with a fantastic beef choice.
There we go. Honestly, it's great. It's the right amount of sweet, savory, a little bit of kick. Okay. the Twin Cities Hotel in beautiful Longview, Alberta. It was established in 1938. All right, so here we have Chris, the owner of the Twin Cities Hotel. Has it been the saloon its entire life?
Yes, it has. So it's always been the Twin Cities Hotel for 85 years now. It was built by 3 hockey players back in 1938. At that time, this was part of Turner Valley, the Turner Valley oil field. And then it was, Longview was nicknamed Little New York, and then just half mile up the road it was Little Chicago. So that's how they got the Twin Cities.
Yeah, okay.
And then in 1937, Guy Wiedek renamed it to Longview, and it got its own identity as the post office moved west. So this kind of explains. It was built by the 3 hockey players, and from there they went on to they built McMahon Stadium, the Calgary Airport, and a bunch of different projects in Calgary. But this was the first their first project.
First project.
Yeah. Red Dutton played for the American, so New York Americans, and that's pre-NHL. And then there's Tiny and Paul Thompson. One played for Chicago and one played for Boston. They also built Chinook Center and a lot of stuff in Calgary. And went on to be Standard General, right? Which was a big company that Red Dutton also owned and operated. So Ian Tyson had performed a song with some grade 1 and 2 students about an injured eagle, and the eagle's name was called Spirit. So he performed a song with him, and then he signed that guitar. And then the hat on top is also belongs to Ian, and it was he wore it on one of his album covers. We had a memorial for Ian after he passed away here, and Paul Brandt came in and spoke and sang some songs. Yeah,
that's cool. And so have all these celebrities up here been here?
If they were alive, they'd want to be here. But some of them. Yeah. This is an oil refinery that was the Hartel Oil Refinery that operated from 1934 to 1963. Supplied gasoline and diesel for southern Alberta, BC, and Saskatchewan.
Okay, yeah.
According to Ghost Hunt Alberta, the most haunted hotel in Alberta. They rent the whole hotel about once a month and bring clients in and experience a conversation with some spirits.
Have you met any of these spirits?
I have met one, yes, only one, in the 8 years I've been here.
Yeah.
So friendly?
Yeah, they're all friendly.
Well,
They're protectors of the hotel. There's 3 basements, and one of the basements is where the alcohol is stored, and they're very protective of that. So.
They should be.
Don't you have to lock the door? That's perfect. Now I've told you where all my liquor. So here's a picture of Little Chicago and Little New York.
There was also a Little Philadelphia as well?
Yes, there was. I think east of town, or west of town, I believe. So these are the old original pictures that have been in the hotel forever.
Okay.
And they're, I think they're just showing off how much oil they struck. In the 40s, when they discovered oil in Leduc, these became ghost towns, and lots of buildings got moved around. The Longview Community Hall used to be at the Hartel Refinery. Marv's in Black Diamond used to be the movie theater in Old Chicago. So the Little Apple Cafe used to be the church in Hartel. This is that's kind of a cool picture. That is the he was in line to be the King of England, and he married the divorcee in the States, and so he bought a ranch out here called Prince of Wales, just west of the Bayou. Tuffy. is his name. This would be a typical room
Back in the day, hey?
back in the day. This winter, there's a fella in Okotoks that has written a play, a screenwrite about the hotel, and we're gonna do dinner theaters, and it'll be a murder mystery, and we will involve the real ghosts of the hotel. So we will respect them, and the play will be about them, and a lot of local legends kind of in the area. And hopefully we'll run this play 6 days a week for a month. So what we want to do is sell tickets online, and it'll be, you'll buy seats, and there won't be a bad seat in the house because it'll the actors will interact, and yeah. So room 12, there's a couple that occupy the room, and so at night lots of people can hear them walking up and down the hallways. They will not interact with the ghosts, find out, but they can hear them talking to each other.
Interesting. Just coming from room 12?
From 12. So that's room, and then room 18 is Bruce's room, so that's where he's most active. If you want, they go in there, and that's when and he is the most active spirit. He will communicate. Interesting. As long as he's communicating with women.
Yeah.
Are these ghosts like people who've stayed here before? Or
So
who-
Bruce died. Bruce is the most recent ghost, and he actually passed away in here. And then there's an old cowboy that stands by the bar, and they think that he's related to the land more than the hotel. And there's an indigenous lady, and she's also more tied to the land than the hotel, but ended up in the hotel. That's it. The girl that does my design work, she stayed here for about a month, and she would say she could feel them breathing on her and stuff. But she's the one that told me about the couple walking up down the hall, and I never heard that story before. And then when I talked to Bonnie from Ghost Find Alberta, she said, yeah, there's a couple that walk the hall. So.
All right. Thanks very much.
Yes, thank you guys.
We're excited. We'll be in touch.
All right, guys, well, that was Longview. There's so many more places with such great history. Definitely come on down and check it out. If you have any other questions about Volkswagens or anything along those lines as well, make sure to check us out at okotoksvolkswagen.com, or we're at 204 Westland Road in Okotoks.